First leg of our trip started with a little technical section to drop into the Logandale Trails System. As it turned out, it looked gnarlier than it actually was, but I couldn't convince Jack of that.
Tire placement is still important. I got out in spot so we don't dip into the V-notch.
We were running the Metal Cloak Game Changer 3.5 135s to give you an idea of our setup.
You don't actually have to drop into this section. We just wanted to because it looked like fun. You can see there are a few large RVs here, but this is the last spot that is accessible by big rigs. Then we drop into a sandy trail to get to our camp for the night.
The Logandale Trails System is about 45 miles northeast of Las Vegas. There are over 200 miles of multi-use trails for off-roading, hiking, and horseback riding.
By the time we got to the camp spot, it was dark, so I got out with lights to help position the Jeep for camping. Dinner was the usual garlic steak with veggies.
Woke up and started the normal morning routine, which is to make some coffee and pack up.
We have not yet been to the annual Hump and Bump event, but maybe someday we will come back and check it out. Link is included in the description. If anyone has been to this event, please tell us about it in the comments below.
It was actually a good bit of fun cruising through the sandy trail, but keep in mind there can be a lot of traffic, and Jeeps and side-by-sides should watch their speed as they come around these curves and corners.
And we started to make our way out of the trail system and got on the trails that ran along Weber Wash.
Going up and over this peak is not overly technical, but it is decently steep, even though the camera, of course, doesn't really show it.
We stopped by Valley of Fire State Park, which is about 15 minutes from where we exited the Logandale. It was in mid-April and it was surprisingly warm, so we only did one short hike. It will be worth coming back in the winter so we can do all the amazing hikes around here.
Yes, cooler temps and some time to get less fat before we go back to hike will be good. We found a nice camp spot using Trails Off-Road app at Kanara Mountain outside of Cedar City, Utah.
The next morning, as we were packing up to leave, we saw lots of trash left by previous campers. There were screws, nails, and lots of broken glass. Please pack out what you pack in and leave it better than you found it. This is the reason why so many dispersed camping areas are being closed down.
Most likely those watching videos like ours are not the kind of people. But if you are in the presence of anyone who doesn't appreciate Leave No Trace, feel free to spread the word.
We're pretty sure this is where our tire got its 4-inch long nail and gave us a slow leak through the rest of the trip.
We made our way back down this mountain, appreciating the view and taking our time as we head to our next destination, which was a scenic drive through Capitol Reef National Park.
There were many potential stops along the scenic drive off of State Route 24 within the Capitol Reef National Park.
Since we were trying to make it to Moab and set up camp by evening, we just stayed on the pavement and didn't really stop or detour any.
We still got to enjoy the beautiful rock formations along the scenic drive, and it gave us a little taste for when we come back for a dedicated trip in the future.
Yeah, not so much a place for crazy wheeling, but we know there's a ton of dirt roads and dispersed camping with amazing views that are worth checking out someday.
I I love the Caneville Badlands area because of the drastic contrast from the colorful rocks in Capitol Reef to this monochromatic landscape.
What was that? Mono what? How do you spell that?
Shut it!
Again, we didn't stop here, but there is supposedly some good dispersed camping and wheeling here as well. Two nights accommodation in Moab
Premium spot.
during Easter Jeep.
Safari.
Score.
Yeah.
I was surprised that Jack finished my sentence when it looked like she had to pee super bad.
I was doing awkward happy dance, damn it. After a good night's sleep at the camp in Moab, we spent the next day wheeling in Dome Plateau. Please check out our full trail ride report video. Link is in the description below.
That video will let you in on a little secret. We aren't as hardcore as we would like to think we are, but it's a great trail and it's worth your time, and hopefully so is our video about it.
We decided to head back home a day early because the forecast for the night was 60 miles per hour wind gusts and snow in Moab. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.